Great news, Phillies fans. The Phillies have named a new skipper. Former Yankees manager Joe Girardi will be at the helm for the Phillies for the 2020 season. I think you're going to like what I have to say here. Now, this is a case where news reports come out, and although they haven't been confirmed, the rumors are coming from Jim Salisbury from NBC Sports Philly. And, well, these things just have a way of sometimes being, true.
Hello there, Sully here, the retired tackle yanker. Welcome to Transitions, my YouTube channel. Well, the World Series is going on, and the Washington Nationals have taken a 2-0 lead over the Houston Astros. So, why am I representing the Fightin' Phils today, you ask? Well, good news, Phillies fans. The search for the Phillies' next manager is over. Yes, that's right. Joe Girardi has been named manager of the Phillies for the 2020 season. It wasn't too long ago that Gabe Kapler was fired. It was a couple days after the season ended, but the handwriting was on the wall. Probably from June, when the Phillies were in first place and they wound up in fourth place in a 5-team division, finishing below the Mets, finishing below the Nationals, finishing below the Braves. That's pretty depressing for a team that has the likes of Bryce Harper and Aaron Nola, JT Realmuto. Okay, McCutchen was hurt, but that's excuses. There was a lot of problems with the Phillies this year. Of course, there's the Double Herrera debacle. It is my sincerest hope that he never works again in baseball or anywhere except maybe in a prison factory. But I'm getting off the subject here a little bit. But yes, Girardi was hired as the Phillies coach. The announcement hasn't been made official yet, but like everything else surrounding the Phillies, these things tend to leak out. I mean, before it was officially announced that Bryce Harper was signed, everybody knew it. Before it was officially announced that the Phillies would host the 2026 All-Star Game, it was leaked out. And this was leaked out and pretty much confirmed. I went to Wikipedia and I checked a few things. And originally they had that he was hired as manager, and then they took that down and said, and I quote, "The subject of this article is in the news regarding a reported hiring." So, I'm going to talk a little about Girardi and show you some of his managerial records that I was able to screenshot. That's another thing that I'm learning how to do, is do screenshots, by the way, so it is what it is.
So as you can see, Girardi got his first managerial job in 2006 at the helm of the Florida Marlins, where he compiled a record of 78 and 84. His best season was 2009. That's one that those of us in Philadelphia like to forget, because that's the year that the Yankees beat the Phillies in the World Series. He had a record of 103 and 59. He spent 10 years managing the Yankees, where he compiled a record of 910 wins, 710 losses. His 11-year managerial career, 988 wins, 794 losses, a .554 winning percentage, in a total of 1,782 games. He averaged finishing in second place with the Yankees. There was one fourth place season, one third place season, two third place seasons actually. No, just one third place season. No, there was two. But he finished in first place 3 times, and as I said, the Yankees won the World Series in 2009. Now, I know that a lot of Phillies fans were actually hoping to see Joe Maddon hired, but after Maddon retired from the Cubs, I think he accomplished everything he ever wanted to accomplish in baseball. And the decision to hire Girardi who was only about 55 years old. Well, I think that's a pretty good decision myself. I can only tell you that I just hope that Matt Klentak realizes what a gem he has. You have to remember that Girardi was a catcher, and it's an old baseball axiom that the catcher is the quarterback of the team, and by default has to be the smartest player on the field. Catchers know how to handle pitchers. Now, the Phillies have some talented pitching. Their bullpen is kind of weak, but if Klentak makes some of the right moves, picks up maybe a few key free agents, we want to see the Phillies starting rotation improve. We want to see the Phillies bullpen improve. Maybe some promotions from the minors, some of the best players that they can find, bring them up. A few defensive changes. I think we're going to continue to see Bryce Harper playing out there in right field, and hopefully we will see nothing but improvement from the Phillies. McCutchen should be able to come back from his injury and be good and strong. Rhys Hoskins at first base, of course. Cesar Hernandez at second. Gene Segura at short. And hopefully Michael Franco will get out of that funk that he was in last year, and maybe he can be the third baseman. If not, hope to see a promotion from the minors.
So, it's been kind of a gloomy week this week with the Eagles losing that debacle to Dallas. And last night the Sixers looked pretty good against the Celtics. Ben Simmons had 24 points. 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Looked pretty good. All the Sixers starters finished with more than 15 points. Al Horford scored the last bucket in that game, and it was a slammer. It was an exclamation point. I guess he was sending his old team a message. Sixers look good this year. A lot of people are picking them to go to the finals this year. So I'll be paying attention to the Sixers this year, and maybe you'll see mention of them on my update. The Flyers, looks like they're still having some adjusting, but they did beat the Vegas Golden Knights the other night. We have an odd day occurring Sunday the 27th. All 4 major sports will be presenting games. So anyway, that's up 2020. This time next year, I'm talking about the Phillies in the World Series. But what remains to be seen. All I'm glad is that Girardi was the guy I wanted. Girardi was the guy they hired. Sorry about that, Mets fans. Maybe you can hire Gabe Kapler. And he can. Old Gabe can coach your sweat hogs. That'll be a natural. So anyway, for transitions, this is Sully, the retired tanking anchor. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Flyers. Let's go Sixers. Let's go Fightin' Phils. And let's go with safe and happy travels.